in St. Louis, it has been one of the epicenters of the sport. And one more Sweet 16 slot waiting to be filled. Iowa State and Kentucky in a 2-7 matchup for the Midwest winner, moving on to take on a Sweet 16 opponent in Chicago. 3 Final Fours, Todd Austin and Tony Chiazza are officiating crew. And we are underway here in St. Louis.
And I'm just looking for the comfort level that Iowa State starts with in the first 4 minutes here, Spiro, just to see if they run their sets. There's one right there.
Blake Buchanan.
My guess is that we got a shot at TJ on the sidelines with his players. There's a backdoor also.
Away. More tournament games than the Wildcats. Into the corner. This is Chandler. He can stroke it. Splash. 2.5 gone by. Yelovich probing. Smart pass. Backdoor.
Coming off a 25-point game. He's wide open again.
Chandler. Strong touch. And that's the
rotation on the basketball that he just got. That's why you get those second little bounces. Nice play. They're going to try to attack in different ways and be able to go to the basket.
Shot clock down to 3. Aberdeen has to fire and buries it.
Never did even bank those 2 threes back to back. In less than, what, 4 seconds or so?
Aberdeen. Poked away. High Z. Garrison takes it back. Floater. No. Tapped up and in. Hard fake. 3 to shoot. Chandler. Short. Rebound. Diabate.
He's got size advantage. Should be able to use his little step back if he wants it. There it is.
The spin. The fade. Cash money. Last year weren't able to get out of the first weekend. And not getting everything they want against this strong Kentucky team. Aberdeen taking contact.
Great team defense, too, helping one another out. Iowa State.
Oway shows the handle and buries it from deep. For Oway. SEC preseason player of the year, Momcilovic. Got it.
There's a great example of how he can get.
Moreno clears.
They have numbers if they want it.
Here's Diabate. Somehow saves to Williams. That's a 3.
Every single touch of the ball.
Momcilovic, the spin. Tough shot, fight for it. Moreno unable to squeeze it. Momcilovic with a rip. He'll fire and buries it. Cyclones in the double bonus. Lipsy. High Z. Question for Mark Pope and his team. Can they take care of the basketball, Jim, here in the second half? As Lipsy works in the corner, he will launch and gets the party started.
They had led the Big 12 in that category during the course of the season.
Oway, that is a high degree of difficulty.
2 different great shots of that possibility that could be aggravated.
Momcilovic, beautiful little floater. Tier. Jim is going to sit Oway here less than 3 minutes into the half.
And I'm also looking over at the bench, too. See if he's holding that hand at all. Uh-oh.
Oh, see, wow,
what a block.
Buchanan, and then Buchanan making it happen. The save, they get it on the wing. Nice little backdoor cut. Yelovich lays it in. Set Lipsy. Lipsy squares, fires, and connects.
There's a little screen. Missed opportunities at the line for Kentucky.
Lipsy gets Aberdeen on his back.
That's going to be
goaltend. Clearly on the way.
That particular out of bounds.
15 Kentucky turnovers.
Lob. What to do with that one?
A sweet dime from Lipsy. Oway elevates, rattles it down for a monster shot.
How about the move by Oway going outside there and just driving it to the basket? Expect to see more of that.
Torrey, full head of steam.
In the shot clock possession. Let's see what they do here with the 20-second reset. There you go, a little quicker.
Aberdeen mid-range J won't go. Garrison.
I think he was.
Officials say never had control, so no travel. Diabate. Wow. Tough pass. Lipsy.
He's quick.
ACC, there aren't many that defend the way the Cyclones do. Another takeaway. Heisey.
Wow. They average about just under 11 per game on the season.
Here comes Torrey. Money spin on Iowa State. Well, my goodness, how this thing has turned. Buchanan, beautiful lead. Torrey. And right now, Dean shot clock at 5, again stagnant. Buchanan rips it away.
And they're making good decisions on the drive. And once again, a stagnant offense for Kentucky right now.
Well, if there was ever a time of Hallway to try to take the thing over, it's right here. It goes glass.
Yep, good recovery right there. Watch out, nobody's picking him up.
Heisey, boy, just so smart. He saw the seam and he 3-run for the Cyclones over the last 4 and change. Aberdeen way too much.
Whoa, look at that, Spiro. Nobody picked it up. Oh.
Those are 2 free points for Momcilovic into the paint. Double teamed. Lipsy. Little hip check and he goes glass. One thing about Iowa State, you're going to beat this team. Look at Heisey coming to the wreck.
Oh, they picking him apart. They took him to the 10-second mark in the shot clock. Oh, look at this one.
Bateman transition 3. Wow. Torrey, not that time. Swatted out by Garrison. Kentucky trying to work quickly. Aberdeen on a deep 3.
One of the things he noted when he was talking about Iowa State was the leadership of Tamin Lipsey. And guys, we've seen that today, a flawless performance.
Kelvin Sampson, you got the respect to Kelvin Sampson. You're doing something right.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, nice steal.
3-pointer that time as Torrey off the takeaway. Made Heisey back into the game for TJ Otzelberger. Boy, summed up. Gets it to Torrey and finishing tight.
Yeah, 2 things just then.
Winner of this game moving on to Chicago in the Sweet 16. Lipsey. And he's not done for Lipsey. Aberdeen crosses over Momcilovic and connects. Rothstein. And they just hope against hope. Not a couple more days of rest. Momcilovic! Everyone knew that Tamin Lipsey would have to have a monster game. Without Joshua Jefferson, could he step in? And boy, did he ever. Career high for Lipsey, 26 points. And Iowa State is dancing to the Sweet 16.